back on Saturday's game, I know for a while you guys were talking about trying to find identity runs. Do you think that you maybe spotted a couple of those, especially in the second half?
Yeah, we did. We were able to repeat a lot of runs and had some success with them. And I thought that, finding that identity that way is good. And we were able to come back to them. I tried to dress them up a little bit, and it was good stuff. Pretty good. I think we got to continue working on blocking and being physical there, and then making some plays in the passing game. But I think it's been a decent group, and we're still looking for their best game.
Coach Riley talked about Sunday night, Monday morning today, talking about running back by committee, how you use those guys. What were those conversations like? You guys kind of figured out?
Yeah, I think that you saw some good runs from Devine, but you saw some really good production from Mikhail too. We were able to get Jalen a couple carries, but it's been that way, and the good thing about it is that we can keep them fresh and keep getting some design plays for them, but that group has played well.
When you're coaching quarterback decision-making, especially at the point where it's trying to make a play or throw the ball away, how do you go about coaching that sort of reaction?
I think it's just really about identifying coverage, making sure we get the clues on rotation, and safety alignment is big. That's a continuous drill that we have to work daily, and that comes on film study, that comes at practice. It's really gathering information pre-snap and then reacting post-snap.
Now that you had some time with the film, just assess that play from your offensive line last week, especially the freshmen.
Yeah, I thought the freshmen went in there and played well. I thought we ran the ball consistently. For the most part, we were good in protection. I thought there were a couple things. Mikhail saved us on a couple protections that was really good. But I think, continuing to lessen the hits on the quarterback. We didn't have any sacks, but we had hits. So we have to continue to make sure we keep the quarterback clean in the pocket and fewest hits possible. So I think overall, the fact that we were able to protect pretty well and then we were able to run, I think that was encouraging. And I thought that the freshmen and the newcomers played pretty well.
How did specifically kind of grade out?
He was good. He had one, got beat around the edge on a play that gave up a hit, but I thought for the most part in being a true freshman going in there and playing in the Big Ten, it was encouraging.
What did Michael Decker show, and maybe to give you guys something to think about even when Cole comes back to maybe get one?
Yeah, I thought Decker was really sharp. I think he was an excellent communicator on the sideline with the looks that we were seeing. I thought he did a nice job of identifying, the defensive front and making good calls, and then communicating on the sideline with the rest of them, how he was seeing it, how we were seeing it with Cav, and I thought he did a really nice job that way.
Did he earn himself more playing time, do you think?
Yeah, I think he did. I think he's, kind of an unknown there. Again, hadn't played much, and I thought he went in there and performed well. I think he's work in progress. He's getting more reps, so I think he's getting more comfortable playing, but I think those game reps were critical for him.
Guys like production.
Guys like Ron and Young getting in there for the first time wide receivers, is that tough to kind of get that communication between those guys, get it all down?
I think the communication was pretty good. I thought that the timing just needs a little work with some new faces. We had Klassen go in there and give them some reps. So there's always that part of it, when you're not running with the one group. But I thought overall they went in there. I thought they blocked well. I thought they made a few plays, and then there were a couple they probably left out there. But at the same time, for guys that haven't played much, kind of like the line, it was encouraging to see those guys go in there, know what's going on, line up correctly, and make some plays.
Their defense has given you guys some trouble the first two times you played them, 2015 and 2016. How similar do they seem from those two teams?
They've got really good speed. That shows up again. I think the defensive ends last year, veteran guys, gave some problems. I think this year's group, the two DNs that are freshmen, are also good players. I don't know if they're at the caliber of the drafted guys last year, but you know, they've got good team speed. You can see that all across the board, and they do a nice job. They are, you know, they're not going to give you a tremendous amount of looks, but they're going to line up and they're going to run hard and hit. They're going to come off of a bye, so we got to expect some wrinkles in there that we probably haven't seen. But overall, it's a good defense.
Is there anything about a Lovie Smith defense that's portable, that stays the same regardless of whether he's a pro or college?
You know, I think that being he's kind of, his roots are in Tampa too, and you see that. They like to get into some man coverage and mix it up that way. I think their pressure schemes are similar than his past, but you know, I think they're obviously well coached. They do a nice job. They're really sound. You know, they don't get misaligned at all. Like I said, they don't give you a crazy amount of looks, but they are in their gap sound. They do well in coverage. They're covering people, not turning guys loose. So I think it's a good challenge for you. You don't have you've got to continue to sustain drives and be able to be right. They're going to be right themselves, so we got to be able to line up and make some plays against them.
With the production and the depth you've seen at the running back position in the last couple of weeks, when Trey is back at full health, are you more likely to work other guys in, having seen what you've seen?
Yeah, I think so. You know, I think that they've earned that right to play. They've done a nice job of filling in. You know, we were pretty heavy with Trey in the first couple weeks, and rightfully so, the way he was playing. But the fact that we were able to get those other guys in there and needed to is encouraging. The depth in that group is good, and so I think continuing to roll those guys has been helpful to keep them fresh. I think they're different style runners, so I think that's a good thing too. You get, you know, Mikel's got a little more quickness. Devine, I think, ran downhill well, and that showed. I think he's at his best when he's doing that. If he's dancing around, it's not as good. So when he gets downhill, like he did last week, I think you see some good runs from him.
Did you have a first down completion on Saturday? It was pretty heavy run.
Yeah,
is that sustainable, I guess?
You know, it's something that we have to be better at. But I thought that our production on first down run was good. I think that gets our drive going. I think it gets us in a better second down and then third down situations. But we need those first down completions. We need to be able to get the chunk plays. We need to get, you know, some of those big hits. And they don't have to be deep balls, but they have to be completions and be able to get the defense to soften up a little bit and worry about the pass more so that we can run better.
How much did you guys, in hindsight, miss Stanley on Saturday, and how valuable is he to that pass game, and especially trying to maybe stretch the defense?
Yeah, he's very valuable. He's a physical receiver. He gives you a deep threat. You know, I think anytime you're losing a number one guy, it's going to affect you a little bit, and hopefully we'll get him back soon. You know, we missed out with Reimers too. You know, so we had to play with some of those backup players, which I thought they went in and played. But you know, anytime you miss your number ones, it's going to affect you a little bit.
Was there, I mean, with all the injuries and the different guys were calling the game for, did you almost feel like you had to change the way that you would call the game? The fact that you don't have Trey, Stanley, Cole, Neville.
Yeah, I think you have to be mindful of that. You know, I think there are some things that you're going to call for Stan, and when he's not in there, you're going to be mindful of that and change a little bit. So that was a game time decision too. So there were some things we had to adjust on the fly, and you know, at pregame we were having a lot of discussions. So, but I think the guys, like I said, kind of stepped in there and went in and lined up correctly, like I said, you know, with not a lot of reps, and that's just how we have to, you know, it's just like a game. If a guy goes down, you got to expect the next guy to go in there and perform, and not that they did that.
Hey, Coach, it's been a hot topic for a while, but what are your thoughts on having a college football game on Friday?
Well, I kind of think that should be reserved for high school games. You know, I think everywhere I've been, high school football on Friday night's a big deal, and you know, I'm sure it's money and TV driven, but I think that I think it'd be best to play on Saturdays. All right, thanks.